Can't complain. Good Lord let me wake up, spend another day on the earth fighting for everyone's rights to cannabis. Nobody belongs in jail for cannabis, and it needs to be out of the narcotic class because cannabis users want their rights to bear arms and ammunition just like anybody else in the world. This is from 2020. None of this is new to me. I've been doing it for 10 years. March 1st of 2014, I hit the road. If you Google my name, 420 Jim, you'll see hundreds of stories. I started this when Obama was in office, then Trump, then Biden, now Trump again. Man, it's time to stop being part of the problem. Hey, Mr. Frankie. Hey, I might put the gas in that generator and fire it up here on live in a minute. First time firing it up, put it live, you know? Why not? What do you think? So anyhow, and I may do that for anybody joining in. I may go out here in a minute while I'm showing off the RV, the new paint job for the ones that haven't seen it. And I got a brand new generator yesterday that was donated by some very nice people that wish to remain anonymous. And I didn't get to run it yesterday because I didn't have no gas. But I got gas now. Well, let's go up outside and try and add a little gas to that new generator and see how it does, huh? Might as well do that on live YouTube while I'm killing time. Move, loop. You know I like to show off the Cannebago anyway. So let's show off the Cannebago and brag about it. Oh, I got news from my federal senator. Yeah, Mark Kelly's office today. Remind me to share that. It's been a great day. There you go, people. Cannebago, Arizona to DC. Nobody belongs in jail. If you believe in that, go to 420jim.com or just 420jim on the internet. Click the petition. You can screenshot and sign it that way. Yeehaw! Now let's set back here. And there she is. I strapped down the old one. I might find someone to give that to or something that can rebuild it or something. I don't know. It was such a damn good machine. And who knows, if I need a backup, maybe to run again for a little bit. No, it wasn't from Taco Bell. My neighbor went and picked it up for me. You and your Taco Bell stuff there, Mr. Frankie. You got that special love for Taco Bell, huh? You can admit it. Oh, goodness sakes. First gas. Yay, sorry about that. Well, heck, the gas gauge says I got a quarter tank. You say you had the same one, huh, Frank? How easy did it crank up? Fuel on, choke on, switch on. What do you think? Not looking good. Oh, shit. Well, I guess it is looking good. Right on. Got her chained down really good. It's got 30 amp. And then 20 amp. It's about the same noise as my Honda was. I'm happy with it. Oh, where are you, fuel shut off? Damn it. Sorry about that, but you look at the rocks for a minute. I like it, I like it, I like it. Move, Jack. Jack, move. 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 Jack. Move. Wah. I don't care. Move. You can grouch all you want. Can't sprawl out in the middle of the floor with Lulu and I can't get by. That's the most grouching he's done at me in a week. Maybe I should piss him off more often. Huh. I wonder why that his comments won't go through. I'll be damned. Yeah, because when he was first on it, the first day or two that he came in, I seen his comments. So I figured maybe he turned something off or something like that on his end, because the first couple times he was on YouTube, I seen his comments. Yeah, he may not be signed in. If he ain't signed in, yeah, you won't see him. Yeah, I didn't think of that. It's something simple. Like he ain't signed in, so he can't comment, or he turns something off. Like me, you know how every once in a while I'll accidentally turn the microphone off? Or hit green screen and shit like that? Right on. Hey, guess what I got for your remote control fly? Technology, baby. My neighbor gave me the fly catcher. I got the catcher. He said, this is pretty neat, man. You need to have this. I guess this lights up and attracts flies, mosquitoes, and bugs. And this super whirly fan sucks them in and leaves them in here until you know, want to dispose of them months later after they've eaten each other and died and stuff. So make sure your batteries are charged. You go flying near that, Frankie, with that little remote control fly you got. Make sure them batteries are strong. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to get on the road, but yet I want to stay here with my friends, you know. A lot of nice people in this town. Hell, I've been blessed with all kinds of gifts from my neighbor back here for the journey. A couple rolls of packing tape and shit. That stuff's expensive nowadays, just the clear tape. Yeah, he gave me a couple of big rolls of that, some big markers, some bubble padding, and some foam pads, and I mean, all kinds of goodies. Well, people, I see there's a half dozen here. This is open forum. Anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns, you're more than welcome to ask what's going on, what's this about. But hey, Frankie, while I'm thinking about it, Mr. Robert from the Senator Kelly's office, my federal senator, they assigned it to Mr. Robert. And I mentioned yesterday that, you know, I left a message because I never got calls back and stuff. Well, surprise, surprise, today I did get a call back. They're working on everything. They was glad to get my letter and the name on it and everything all straightened out. Now what they're waiting for is they want me to put the thing about the FBI and the conspiracy and all in writing. Because, see, I tried submitting it to them verbally and stuff like that, you know, because I couldn't, my eye. And he said I need to be able to prove that I sent them a complaint. So basically, I need to go online and file a criminal complaint with the federal government against these, for whatever reason it is. But that's what I got to do. And then, after online, I file a criminal complaint with the government. If nobody does nothing, FBI, whoever, because cyberbullying is harassing. It is against federal law and stuff. But they can't do nothing right now until I can prove that I filed the complaint. And I told them, well, you know, I can prove I've called, and they told me blah, 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 because it's all recorded. And he promises me that if I send him that in, they will make sure it gets to the right people, that someone will make sure, you know, why aren't you helping him? He said he got everything at the post office to make sure that they know that my legal name is 420 Jim. And of course the post office can't do nothing about it. But he wants me to write the complaint and everything about getting stuff like this from the U.S. mail to torture people, making them think that, one of their loved ones, and feces of any kind. Dog, cat, horse, pig, it don't matter. I need to write a formal complaint on that. Why and then they can introduce it into legislation and see if the people are behind them getting rid of this stuff in the post office or not. So a lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff happening right now. Plus me getting ready to go on the road. 2 weeks or less, I'll be on the road. But, I've seen for 4 years nothing ever happened. Well, I got a phone call today, and I think a lot of things are going to happen. I think a whole lot of things are going to happen. And I think we'll have a nice journey, a nice mission. And when I leave here, I'll be in New Mexico, Oklahoma, and up into Kansas. I'm not sure exactly what date I'm going to arrive in Kansas and whatnot, but there is an event that's going on from the 18th to the 20th that I plan to be at. So, how many days early I get there, I don't know. You just have to follow me along. You can follow me on Facebook. Type in my legal name, 420 Jim. And that is, by the way, that's my legal name, believe it or not. Cannabis advocate. July 8th of 2019, my name was legally changed to 420 Jim. I saved this paper because it's the first paper that printed my legal name. FOURTWENTYJIM. That's the cannabis bus that I was driving around in 2020. I've been off the road 1 year getting my eye surgery done and letting some stuff cool down with trolls that were trying to have me hurt. In Topeka, I was actually bumped with a car. And, when you can't see good and someone hits you with the car and stuff, it's time to get off road, get eye surgery, get things done, which I did. But the fight's even more now. The RV had 30,000 signatures on it at least. We need that on the petition instead of my motorhome. I repainted the motorhome. Don't forget, go to 420gym.com, sign the petition. You can sign the QR or scan the QR. But this is what it's about. Nobody belongs in jail for weed, my friends. And if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. I'm leaving here, and like I say, destination D.C. via Kansas and Florida, and then back out this way. Might hit another state or two along the way, depends on what happens. I also think everybody needs a little Jesus. That is how you correctly spell my name now. If you like what I'm doing and would like to help support, because I get 7 miles to the gallon putting this mobile billboard on the road. Maybe you got a business or something, or just, want to put across a smiley face or something. Please get a hold of me. Make a little donation. And I'll put something on here for you, like, Mr. Peanut Butter, the cross that the family had put, the one team, one dream, This is people that support me. They send a little donation. I put a sticker up. Follow me on Facebook. If you do have $1 or $2, you want to pay per gallon of gas this year to send this mobile billboard down the road, I'd really appreciate it, because, where people help is where it saves me, because this is going down the road one way or another. And it's either going to be real slow with my retirement. I can put in $1,000 a month. After this first month, I don't have $1,000 the first month to do it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be asking to have people donate to get her on the road. Right now, I'm $420 short of what I need to get her on the road here in 2 weeks. But I was a lot more shorter than that until I got this here generator. Yeah. I was donated a $400 generator. It just came in. And she is sweet. But see how good Lord works? One family donated that generator. And, you know, if I could get, you know, 10 people to donate $5, you know, that's $50. And so on and so on. So, but like I said before, 2 weeks ago, I'm not worried about it. The good Lord will take care of me, and He takes care of the mission. He has this last 10 years. And just last week, I didn't even have the generator. I was trying to get $1,000 up. I thought we couldn't get a good generator for less than $500. Boom, it was $393 delivered. So right at $400. The family donated $350, and I put the other 42 or 43 in. And that's the story of the generator and the cannabis and all that. Damn, it's getting warm outside. Getting warm out there. And it's nowhere near as hot as it was yesterday, but the temperature's supposed to be going down a little bit. You mean 3 more remote control flies? Is that what you're talking about? Hey, that generator fired right up. That's kind of sweet. It's a little louder than I like, but you know what? It is what it is. Oh, I'll have to put it on turbo then. Yeah. We just have to click it up a notch. Oh, goodness sakes. I crack myself up sometimes. Man, I was so happy today to get that phone call from the senator's office. I did have him bumfounded. He couldn't answer. I asked him. I says, how come y'all put my, because he said, you know, I understand the frustration, the letter coming in the wrong name and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, well, no, my frustration is, where did y'all pull that name up? And you know, nobody had sent him anything. Of course, you know, my name's online. I don't care. It used to be Jim Stevens. Well, it actually used to be James H. Stevens Jr. Jim Stevens was my dad. I never went by Jim Stevens ever in my life. So he couldn't explain that one. He couldn't explain it. I said, y'all already did investigate? Well, we don't have nobody that really does investigate. I said, dude, nothing was sent to you in the way and form of my birth name. And your response to me was basically to my dad's name, not even mine. And well, maybe a voting record or this, that, and the other. I'm like, nah, dude. Somebody went and typed 420 Jim on the computer. They seen an article where my name was Jim Stevens, and there you go. I mean, you know, it don't take a genius. Anybody can, you know, I'm not hiding my old name. And he's, well, could be that, you know. But I did get him to admit that that letter would have meant nothing at all, because it wasn't my legal name. They've seen the judge's order and all. They know my legal name is 420 Jim, and they know that if I had wrote back 420 Jim on that envelope, it wasn't coming. It was coming to the right person, but not legally, if that makes sense. Because I said, y'all know doggone well that the judge said even me, that used to be my name, I can't use that name, which means nobody can use that name. And he said, correct. I mean, someone can name their child that or something if their last name's Stevens, whatever. But, I'm not allowed to use that name no more. It was changed. It's no longer mine. It's given up. It goes back to the great name pool in the sky. Some other Stevens in life might say, hey, I want to name my boy Jim or Jimbo or Jim Bob or, I've heard them all. Wow, we got 12 people in here, Frankie. Hey, for the ones that don't know, I am a cannabis advocate. I think the best medical card in the world is the Constitution of the United States. I think Texas is retarded and going backwards, and they're putting on Reefer Madness 2.0 right now. I'm doing my last petition drive last year on the road. I'm leaving here in Arizona. Probably going to be doing a stop at 420 in Topeka, Kansas. Then we're going down to the middle of Florida and then up to Washington, D.C. Oh, mine came with the oil. Mine come with a spark plug wrench kit, a little tool kit, a quart of oil, and a funnel. Because it's way under the generator. Yeah. So they give you the first, or mine did, and the oil is, I think, synthetic because it's clear. It's 10W30, which is what I use in the engine and everything I use. But they're all so refined, it's clear almost. Right on. Hey, when you go to pour it in their funnel, pour slow, because it'll pour that funnel and overflow on you. I found out the hard way, I wasn't thinking. I tried to, just pour a bit. All right, clog up real quick, burp out at you and stuff. But it looks like 3-in-1 oil. You know how 3-in-1 oil looks almost clear? Yeah, it stuff's refined really super good. So it's some good oil. That's cool. That is cool. But anyhow, hey, people, please hit the subscribe button. It don't cost nothing to subscribe to my channel, and you never know what you're going to hear me talk about or say. People are free to ask me questions and stuff. The good thing about subscribing, hit the live notification button. That way, when I'm on the road in a couple of weeks, all the way to D.C. to do the march and all, you'll be notified when I get the march, the permits, if I get pulled over, anything that happens. When I go live, you'll get that notification. So consider subscribing, don't cost nothing, and hitting the notification button. And I'd really appreciate if you'd share it. Get someone else to share the channel, help me build it up. But the most important thing is the petition. It's not about me, but the more you build this channel, this platform, the Cannabago and everything up, the more chance that we're going to reach more and more people. I mean, come on. It's not like I haven't made headlines across the country before. Quite a few times. Google 420 Jeb. Hundreds of stories. Trump would do it. If you're a Trump hater, I challenge you to go on, put your name on my petition, call him out. Because he told me, or us, the American people, you too, that he would do what the American people want. So if you think all you people that don't like Trump are that many and powerful, please sign that petition. Show them what, hey, if you're that great, whatever, why don't you do this for our prisoners and give us our gun rights back? You get to make a comment if you want. Yeah. So, I mean, you don't have to make a comment. You can just vote, register, yeah, I want it done. And it only takes a name, address, and email. Anybody can do this. If you don't like Trump, get on there and say, hey, I challenge you to do it. I don't think you're going to do it. Whatever. You promised you would, are you? Whatever. And if you don't, well, I'll go down that list and apologize to each and every person. But if your name ain't on that list, well, you were part of the problem, not the solution. So shut the F up. Same goes with the Trump supporters. If you don't think nobody belongs in jail for weed, and let our federal prisoners out and stuff, just go read the petition. That's all I'm asking. You got to ask Trump. You got to ask Congress. Here's the thing. If we don't ask him, he's not going to do it. Everybody's happy right now. The only people going against cannabis right now is the state of Texas. And they're on a reefer 2.0. Yeah. Hope that don't spread. Kind of funny. The only state out of all the states that's got reefer and all, the only one that is even doing reefer madness is one that don't have it. And they're bitching about selling THC products in liquor stores and gas stations and stuff. Well, why the hell do you let them do that? Why don't you open dispensaries or have it sold in a smoke shop where it can be controlled and people know what they're buying instead of this shit that gets ordered offline and sold over the counter cheap? You know what I'm talking about. So, Trump supporters, y'all need to be on it. And as soon as the petition hits 10,000 people, I will file to do a march in Washington, D.C. So the sooner that we get your friend, me, I get you, and you get your friends on it, the sooner I'll be pulling a permit. And, they know that I'm on my way and everything. And hopefully TikTok, everybody, different creators and different platforms will catch on and promote this damn petition and get her done. This is the last year I'm taking it around. I put in my 10 full years, If you can't lead a horse to water and make him drink in 10 years, well, what the hell can you do? So this is my last try, my last push. I want to enjoy the rest of my life with my grandkids. But, I not only talk the talk, I walk the walk. Let me say, here's a letter from my United States federal senator, the one I got called from today. You see who it's addressed to? 420 Jim. Dear 4. So I don't just talk the talk, I actually walk the walk. If you want to know what I'm driving to Topeka, Kansas, then Tampa, Florida, then Washington, D.C., I'll be happy to show you. It's a 1987 Winnebago. Yeah, it's an RV. Now, you can see it all over the internet. It went from California to Starks, Maine a couple years ago. Yeah, it used to be called the Cannabus. Cannabus 2. But I just repainted it a couple months ago when I got off the road and had eye surgery. I renamed it to the Cannabago in honor of it being the Winnebago. And this is the mobile billboard. And that's my legal name and how you spell it if you want to look me up on Facebook. I let people tag it. I've only been out basically one weekend, and you'll see a lot of tags starting to show up on it. It won't be long, and it'll have 30,000 tags on it again. This is what it's all about. No one belongs in prison for weed. If you believe that statement, screenshot, scan, elder abuse, my Facebook. If you actually wanted to chip in $1 or $2, I'm getting ready to do probably an 8,000 mile trip, 7 miles to the gallon. Anybody like to help with fuel or sponsor? I got window space where you can put your name, your whatever, smoke shop, whatever there is. I was blessed the other day. Well, we were blessed the other day. This come yesterday, a brand new generator to get me through this year's journey. That poor thing barely works. I'm surprised I got it to run the other day. I'm going to give it to somebody that wants to rebuild it or something along the way. Now that I was blessed with this one, just like I'll give that to somebody that might want it for parts. But it's cool. You never know what someone's going to do, like this, the Sonora cactus and all that they did. Jarvis Dispensary, New River. Fat Calf Cafe, Jesus is King. And can't we all just get a bong? You know what I mean? Ugh. When I haven't been doing a whole super lot because of my eye surgeries and stuff, you got to take it easy for a couple weeks. You're not allowed to lift stuff, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. So now that the doctor released me, I've been doing a lot of stuff. And man, I am hot and getting worn out today. I actually am actually doing things, like I lifted both them generators up there myself and put them on the rack. And I know the Westinghouse weighs 106 or 9 pounds. And the Honda's not far from that. So, kind of getting back to my, where I'm lifting and moving around and seeing better and everything. So, I like it. Hey, people, don't be afraid to ask questions, chat. If you don't know what it's about, I'm a cannabis advocate. Just look up 420-JIM on the internet. You'll see hundreds of stories. I started a YouTube. I moved my Facebook lives to YouTube because they don't save them no more. If you went over to my Facebook, you'll see them last 5 years at least, all the way to 10 if you search. So now I'm bringing them to YouTube. And please consider subscribing to the channel, and because it don't cost nothing. Hit the live notification button. That way when I get pulled over and stuff, because if you just seen my vehicle, which I'll show it again in a minute if you know this means in here, looks something like this. It looks something like this. He's got a new paint job this year. That was my vehicle 5 years ago. Had like 30,000 signatures on it and shit. So I just painted a couple months ago. It don't exactly look like that no more. But I gave her a new paint job and said, you know what? One last petition, one last year. Let's go tell Mr. Trump that we want all of our cannabis prisoners out of jail, and we want cannabis unlisted as a narcotic. To call it a drug is damn near a lie. But see, they call alcohol, tobacco, caffeine, and aspirin a drug. So in that sense, I will agree, okay, it's a drug. But it's not a narcotic. It's never been a narcotic. They can't bring it anybody in a court of law that can prove that there's a narcotic in it. This I know for a fact. I tried to get them to do that in 2013, and they found me incompetent to stand trial. Damn, which one was incompetent? I got away with 2 counts of sales of marijuana. Yeah. So, medical card. Right there. Best medical card you can have in the world. Oh, I recorded something earlier here, Frankie, from the internet. I forgot something. This Reefer Madness bullshit. Hang on. I'll play a thing from this morning's Reefer Madness BS. I forgot I did this. Uh-oh. Man, looked like it was going to lose me there. Oh, Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump. Now, I'll play this video on this one. I like this creator, and he's really got, I don't think he's got anything to say about the event that I'm going to. Not that I'm going to, I wanted to go to. And how I heard of the event was he was going to go to it. Right on, Mr. Frankie, much love. he's not one of the people that are holding the event and stuff. So this ain't necessarily directed to him or nothing. But a lot of the problem is with everything. He's going to mention about Texas going backwards and stuff. And I agree with all this stuff that he goes by Stoner Gump on TikTok. I believe in a lot of stuff. And this is the first time I ever heard him talking about Texas. He's from Missouri. Joplin, Missouri, he's holding a big 420 event. And I seen he was going to be there and all. And I figured, oh, Joplin, Missouri, surely they let me come. I mean, when I first come to Missouri and all, Joplin and all, they didn't have pot or nothing. They loved me. Everybody wanted to sign my petition. They wanted me to come and see me and all. How quick they forget. I contacted the two girls' head shop and the person throwing the event, and they said, no, you're political. We don't want nothing political at the event. Our vendors and stuff don't want political at the event. To me, that's kind of like how the government keeps marijuana a Class 1 narcotic, yet they own the medical patent on it. Come on, people. You're all profiting. Whether you're writing a book, whether you have a smoke shop, whether you're promoting a dispensary, I don't give a shit. You're profiting from pot. And yes, call it political. It damn sure is. But if you're going to profit from it, you should back it up. Not turn your damn backs on it. You should proudly, like Mint Dispensary here in Phoenix, the day of the Super Bowl, they had a big concert. They put me between the stage and the VIP tent. That's the difference between good dispensaries and stuff. They didn't call it political. They're like, glad to have you, man. And they're a legal state. They weren't legal when I first come through here, but they seen the pain all of us advocates went through. Them people in Joplin, Missouri, they don't give two shits because they got pot now. And they want to call it political. So I'm glad that Stoner Gump is fighting about the Texas going back asswards on pot. I really am. I like Stoner Gump, and this is nothing against Stoner Gump. It's just, hey, Stoner Gump, if you happen to get tagged or see this, it's a shame your Joplin, Missouri event, the ones I reached out to, two girls head shop and the promoters of it that are holding it, said, yeah, no, that's political and religious, and we're not going to do that here. True story.
Why are you folks still living in Texas? Now, I'm not going to get on here and say that my politicians aren't dumbasses. They are, but...
Well, like a special breed of stupid. Mom always said, stupid.
Let me start that again. I love how he starts it. Sorry about that. Doggone it. Let's do this again.
Why are you folks still living in Texas? Now, I'm not going to get on here and say that my politicians aren't dumbasses. They are. But your guys are like a special breed of stupid. Mama always said, stupid is as stupid does. Can't fix stupid. So I guess they're living up to their potential.
Texas, we have a problem. THC is poison and is being sold on Texas corners. THC is causing psychosis, permanent brain damage, and death.
I bet your buttock gets jealous of all the crap that comes out of your mouth. Folks, there has been one time where somebody's life was cut short by the Lord's lettuce. This gentleman was evading the policia when he lost control of his vehicle, and the 1,100 pounds of it that was in his back seat squished him.
It's easy to stay high for days by spending just $15 to $30.
$15 to $30, but multiple days. Not at the dispensary that I go to.
You will hear from the industry that these products are good. We all know the real aim of these products is to get people high.
This company here wants you to think that they're just good and pretty with nice looking colors and whatnot, but we all know the real aim of Toyota is transportation. You know she was proud as heck. Why are you folks still living in Texas? Now, I'm not going to get on here and say that my pop...
I like Stoner Gump. He's good. There's like a second half to it, I think.
Damn it. One hit, one habit, and the door to schizophrenia swings wide open. One election, one legal bribe, one lobbyist, one taste of power, and the door to corruption swings wide open.
Amen.
Every time it starts the same, the new drug slips through a loophole, gets marketed as safe as just another option. Now, how out of touch do you have to be to refer to the Lord's lettuce as new? Like, we can date its first uses back to around about 3000 BC. Now, Mr. Politician, man, I understand I don't have the money to make you speak the truth. But I would like to put this on your plate, put this on your noggin, get you pondering just a smidgen real quick. Like, my grandma, she died, shriveled up, a fraction of the individual she used to be, lying in a hospital bed. She had cancer, went through chemotherapy, couldn't keep anything down. And this was before the advent of the legality of the Lord's lettuce in Missouri. She died. Imagine for a second.
See, Mr. Forrest Gump there. Oh, he's not done. I'm sorry.
Prohibition hadn't happened if evil, greedy politicians and lobbyists hadn't removed our ability to study and research the medicinal benefits of this plant for all these years. Where would we be at with it? I mean, don't get me wrong, we're making leaps and bounds. Damn it, one hit.
And he's absolutely right. When they made it a class 1 narcotic, hallucinogenic, it was so, they took out the medical patent, so no one could research it without violating patent laws. See, our government's really tricky. And, you know, for Mr. Trump or anybody to keep up that hoax is just wrong. So y'all need to get on that petition. Let's see what this one's about.
So allegedly they're finding small traces of fentanyl in people's marijuana. This has been found in 10 different states so far. Pay attention because this is really sketchy. It's been detected that this fentanyl is being sprayed on purposely. Now I'm not saying anything, but they could easily target people if they wanted to. Marijuana shops coming up. Even the bud isn't safe anymore. You have to be mindful of where you're getting it from. Go and look up the states.
And he's telling the absolute truth to that. Our government was the one that taught them that. The people that are putting fentanyl on it, yeah, our government taught them that. Because back in the 70s, our government sprayed paraquat and stuff, eradicating the marijuana, until their kids were dropping dead from it. Because they were smoking marijuana too. Cannabis has never been marijuana. Yeah, but the government was the first ones to do that. And now, you know, they're trying to cause reefer madness all over again. And yes, you can get fentanyl laced pot. It'd be easy, you know, like paraquat. It's a powder. They add a liquid to it, stir it up, and then spray it on the plants, and it dries into it. Same thing with cannabis. They used to dust it with PCP back in the day, angel dust. Yeah. So we're just, you know, it's nothing new. But that ain't THC. That ain't marijuana. That's something laced by someone. There's a heck difference when something's laced and all.
Right now, and see if you're...
You know what I mean? And lastly, let's see what this idiot says.
Entitled, "When Am I Required to Give Consent to Search to the Police?"
Oh, this isn't an idiot. I'm sorry. This one's a really educated guy. And he tells you about how you always tell the cops, I do not consent to a search. No matter what they say, even if they say they're going to bring the dope dog, I do not consent. Even if they say that dope dog hit on that vehicle, I do not consent. You always don't say okay or I didn't know. I do not consent. Because they're going to do what they're going to do no matter what. And your lawyer will get it thrown out of court. On a simple traffic stop, they really have no right to keep you there, to get a dope dog there and put you through it. And you can also put the dope dog and or the officer in the witness stand in front of the jury, and the dog would have to identify a dollar bill that's been in circulation for so long out of like a dozen, or it's not a dope dog. It's a proven fact, you know, that drugs are in money. It's been in circulation. And the cop, you can put 13 different herbs while they're blindfolded, and he has to pick the herb that is marijuana. And there's a couple that smell just like it. So, yeah, you never consent to a search. Your vehicle or yourself. Never. No matter what they tell you, you make sure your last words to them is, I do not consent. They're going to do it anyway. I went through 2 illegal searches and stuff. Of course, they didn't find nothing. If they did, it would have been thrown out of court. But, I mean, in Tennessee, when they arrested me for that yelling, help, someone call a sergeant, and they charged me with disorderly conduct. Yeah, they found a joint in my pocket. Hell, if I'd known that joint was there, I would have smoked that sucker. My vehicle just burnt down the day before. Me and my dog was sleeping underneath the front bumper, and someone had donated some clothing and stuff and didn't tell me there's a joint in the pocket. Well, nobody knew I was going to jail that next day either. But that's another story. And when they go in my pockets, they found out, you'd think I robbed a bank. Boy, you can't have that in this state. We don't, blah, 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 blah. Well, that charge disappeared with all the other ones when I went to court. They decided not to prosecute on anything. Just like this here. What do you think it would take for a man to give up everything they have and just decorate their motorhome and hit the road fighting for others' rights, you know? Well, I am that person, cannabis advocate, and in 2019, my name was legally changed to 420 Jim. FOURTWENTYJIM. I've made plenty of newspapers, but this one is the first one to print my name after it was changed. And that's how my RV looked in 2020. All this stuff in the background between those decals is what you call tagging. You know, people drawing pictures and putting signatures and stuff like that, because I love to let people tag it. I came off the road to get away from some danger I was in Topeka, Kansas, with a lady that was fooled that I did something I didn't do, and she tried to hurt me real bad. But now she found out the truth, and she's willing to go forward to the cops with it, and everything's cool. And my eye surgery is done. I can see again. So I repainted the old girl. I even renamed her. If you look her up on the internet, if you look up Cannabus, CANNABUS 2, you'll see her, and you'll see the new one. But it's not about me. It is about the billboard, but it's not about me. Go here, screenshot, sign that petition. Nobody belongs in jail with weed. It needs to be taken out of the narcotic class. And you can do it at 420gym.com. This is what I was talking about, the signatures all over the RV. Well, it only has about 150 on it now. Here's the new paint job. I've had it out one weekend, 20 miles from the house here, and I probably got 150 tags on it. Now, of course, that's not the petition. I let kids draw on it, kids tag it and stuff. So this ain't the petition. But I love to give back to the people. This is just a mobile billboard that's going to go from Arizona to Topeka, Kansas, to Tampa, Florida, to Washington, D.C., and back. And a lot of stops in between, maybe a couple other states, a little detour here and there. That depends on how things go. This guy just happened to be driving down the road, seen it, didn't know what it was, did a double take, come back, and I happened to be outside, and he said, "Man, can I take a picture of that?" I'm like, "Sure you can." And he learned about the petition, he signed the petition and everything, and he tagged the motorhome, and he even gave me a $20 donation. And I gave him a t-shirt that I made and signed. He didn't even know he was going to get a t-shirt, so that was cool for him and me. I need to get another tarp. This one is just gone, as you see. But I'm happy with the new generator. So Hey, if anybody got any spare tarps? Usually it's the stand that breaks. My stand is still in perfect shape. I wore my top out. I always take down my legs with filled water bottles and stuff. So the only thing that tears up on mine is the tops. Most people have the tops, but not the legs, and they end up throwing it all in a dumpster. I just realized that. Damn, I got a good bottom and no good top, and people throw tops away every day. It's a shame I'm not near an event or a campground. I bet you I'd find one or two. Hey, Lulu. Move, little pregnant one. Move. Come on. My wild-haired terrier, she's pregnant. I call her my little pregnant one. Well, people, don't be shy. Anybody like comments, questions, concerns? You don't have to be shy. I'll answer them best I can. I want to build up this channel because I'm hitting the road within 2 weeks, and I'm normally over on Facebook, but I want to move my lives over to here. Facebook no longer will save them, and I don't know. Good Lord wants me to do YouTube, so here I am. Please join me at noon and 7 p.m. Most of them would be as boring as this one. But we sometimes have really good conversations, depending on whether people interact, ask questions and stuff. You'll meet people that's been following me 11 years on here, if they happen to be here, when you come in. It's not about me. Nobody belongs in jail for weed. It's about the petition. Well, hello. And it'll always be about the petition. What did I do? Damn it, lost another pair of glasses. They disappear good. Oh, hang on. I found them. Oh goodness, it's a little warm today, but I'm still not wanting to hook up my AC because I'm getting ready to go on the road, and right now where I'm living, I got all the electric I want. But when I go on the road, I got to run a generator, and that's going to cost like $2 an hour. So I got a nice new generator that was donated, and that's good and all, and I want to have the power, but I don't want to get used to AC. If I stay used to the heat, I won't have to run it as much because I'll be running the fans and stuff like that, and if it's not that hot, I don't need to run it at all. But I know here before I get back, I'm going to get in these 100 and plus days, depending on where I'm at, and because like I say, I've done this 10 years. It's going to be really good to have that the new generator, and I've already used AC. I'm thinking about trying to find somebody that wants a floor AC and trade me for a window AC. I want a window AC, and I got a really nice floor AC. I'd rather have a window one. I want to be on the road by the 8th. I'd really like to be on the road by the 8th. Now, I don't have any certain time or anything to be, except there's an event. I wanted to go to the one in Joplin, Missouri, but they say that my vehicle being there would be too political for them, which I'll never understand that bullshit. But I've got another friend that's holding an event in Topeka, Kansas. And so that's where I'm going to go to, I reckon. I was wanting to go to Joplin, Missouri. But, and like I say, it's the difference between head shop sponsors and stuff. Thank God that we got some good ones here in Arizona, like Mint Dispensary. They not only invited me to the event, they put me between the stage and the VIP tent. It was that important to try and get people to sign the petition. That was Mint Dispensary out here in Phoenix, Arizona. But see, they're not all over the place. You know, Jars Dispensary here, they're good. Jars and Mint Dispensary, 2 thumbs up. There was one here before, something Leaf or something, I think. I don't remember. The only reason I don't remember is because, you know, I forgive them because they did message me back that wasn't their opinion. But I went in there the day before on a Sunday and got pot, whatnot, you know, and I had no problem. The next day I parked out on the street, and I'm doing the petition, and a couple hours later, the manager comes up, and she says, "We don't support your petition. We don't want you, blah, 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 blah." Called the law on me and everything. So, of course, the law couldn't do nothing. And I wrote a review on it, and then they got a hold of me and told me she had been, you know, that was her opinion alone. That was certainly not the dispensary's opinion, blah, blah, blah. And that's cool. I'll be headed to Topeka, Kansas. Other than I'm headed to Topeka, Kansas, I don't know. Only the good Lord knows. You know, there's a couple of different ways you can go, I reckon. That's one thing. This vehicle will not start unless the good Lord wants it to start. I tried to leave a couple of years ago and go to Oregon first, and end up going to the East Coast last. I was going to go West Coast to East, whatever. Nope, I had a blown engine block. I found out the day that I was going to pull out, freeze plug during a 3-day winter in Texas, cracked the block in this. A couple of my friends got together from Facebook, my friends and stuff. We ended up buying an engine, and I did it personally. I couldn't hire no one. I offered $60 an hour. I matched the shop rate at Awesome Pot. Nobody wanted to mess with it. So I took a 20-foot aluminum beam and I put it on a skid steer. And I put a chain, and I came in through the door and I plugged it out like a tooth. Right out the driver's door. Then I went over and I hooked up to the new engine I was putting in, and I dropped it in. Now, I had to get off the machine 3, maybe 4 times, you know, duck under and go look and see, come in a couple inches, down a couple inches, go back in the machine, remember to go in a couple, down a couple. And it was the 3rd or 4th, you know, time in the machine, boom, she's sitting right there in the engine mounts. And, yeah. It was right this time last year. As a matter of fact, I just fired it up yesterday or today because I shared a memory today, and I think it says we heard it run yesterday. And you can see the new wires on it back then and stuff like that. That's a memory I shared today on Facebook, so I know it was like 2, maybe 3 years ago today that I think it was 3 years ago today that I put the new engine in it. So, yeah. Yep. If Frankie is still here, he could answer all them questions. He's good. He's been with me ever since the beginning of the journey. There's a Sean that shows up on here too. He's been here ever since the beginning of the journey. So, it is what it is, my friends. Wow. And if people subscribe to the channel, which don't cost anything, you can turn on notifications and just keep following me on YouTube or follow me on Facebook, either one. I give updates where I'm at, except Facebook right now, there's nothing to update. Everybody knows I'm staying here at the trailer park until I leave. But when I get on the road, I will update Facebook and YouTube each day where I decide to come and park for the day, whatever. Right now, the only event or anything scheduled that I've got, that anybody wants me to come to right now or has asked me to come to is in Topeka, Kansas. So I plan on being in Topeka at this event on the 18th, 19th, and 20th, I think. Oh. Well, while there's one of you here, I'm going to take a break for a second and grab me a little soda. Ugh. I'm coming. Sorry about that. Well, don't look like I missed any questions anyway. Ah, goodness sakes. Yep. You know, I have people promising drama starting up. They don't know what drama's already just started up. They're so clueless what drama's already started. They'll find out before long, though. They're going to find out real soon. Yep. You know the cool thing about the Topeka event that I'm going to, people? The coolest thing? The city of Topeka, like the owners of the property where I'm going, as much as they like me. But they know there ain't a damn thing they can do about them, and there ain't a damn thing they can do about me. So it's going to be good. And they can't stop me from coming in and filing the paperwork for a tort claim against the city. They've got to let me come in and do it. They've got to accept my name, too. I'm coming with a judge's order this time. I'm absolutely coming with a judge's order this time. It's going to be epic. Just like talking with the state senator's guy today. Yeah, all my name, everything's been changed with them, the post, everything. So I can't wait. Trying to find something that holds this up a little bit better. Nah, that's a little better. I like that better. Yay. Well, If nobody's got any questions right now, may I suggest while someone's thinking about what they want to ask or typing, that I take a hit or two? Yes, I think that would be just fine. I think I'm going to do that. Over here. Yeah, there we go. Damn. Well, I think I may, shucks, I don't have a whole lot to do right now. There is things to do, but there isn't. It's a little hot to be messing with the vinyl machine right now. I need to do that earlier in the morning, but I wanted to get the generator taken care of. I got the generator strapped down, locked down, new oil, gallon of gas in it. She's ready to go. I actually started it for the first time. She's good to go. So I'm happy with that. I need to get me a heavy duty generator cord, so when my check comes in this month, I'm going to break down and buy me an RV cord. It's a twist cam type that goes in them generators. Or I may just go ahead and get the regular 30 amp when it plugs in like it does here at the RV. And just get a longer wire. That might be what I do. Well, please go over and sign the petition at 420jim.com, or just Google my name, 420jim, on Google or any search engine, and the petition should automatically pop up. Check it out. And if you're not on the petition, you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Hope to catch you tonight at 7 o'clock or back here tomorrow at noon. It's all about peace, love, and cannabis for all. One team, one dream, united we stand, and if we try, we can all get along. My dogs, Lulu and Jack, love you. I love you, and Jesus loves you. Have a wonderful day. Peace out. Hunt Jack, I pull.